Good morning, my magnificent ones. Sue Paulson here, your magnificence mentor. It's Magnificent Monday. We're back in the land of ice and snow here in Alberta. We had quite a snowstorm over the weekend, so I'm hunkered down in my office, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend my time than to connect with all of you. Today's topic is all about focus on valuing. No, let me rephrase that. It's to focus on what we value. I got thinking about distractions overnight, doing a little replay in my mind of the last couple of days to explore how often I allow something to get me distracted that takes me away from what I most want to focus on. Typically, what I most want to focus on is what I value in my life. And these days, I really value the ability to be creative. I value time spent with loved ones, friends. I value time spent with activities that bring me joy, create some peace in my life, or a great deal of satisfaction because of something that I achieved. So that's what I want to focus on. Do I spend the bulk of my time doing that? No. There are days when I allow myself to go down the rabbit hole of all the posts and the reels on Facebook, spend way too much time on things that really have no bearing on my life and don't really matter to me. I Now I'm an avid reader, so I dive into a good book. And then when I finish that book, I look around, well, I'm feeling kind of lazy. So I dive into another book, and to the point where my eyes get so bleary that I can hardly focus on what's across the room. So I admit that I have a little bit of a magpie personality. I get distracted easily. Oh, shiny object. Oh, oh, oh. So in an attempt to handle that better, in an attempt to say, okay, Sue, what is it that you're going to do today? Then, of course, it becomes important to look at my focus, to say, all right, what do I most want to focus on today? What's the most important thing to accomplish? Often these days, I'll add in a little reward. So when that gets done, here's my reward for having done that. And if I don't get it done in the time frame, then no reward. So, or the reward is delayed until later. For example, I enjoy going for coffee with the seniors group. Last Wednesday, the seniors group meets at 1 in the afternoon, and at 12 o'clock, I had not done what I had set out for the day yet. And I thought, well, no coffee for you, my girl. You're going to sit down and get done what you promised yourself you would do. Well, why is that important? Because I think, to me anyway, I find that when not doing what I planned to do and what was important to me, when that accumulates, when time after time after time, I allow something else to take my attention away, then I'm I get disappointed in myself and I feel as if I'm failing. I feel as if I'm letting myself down. So it's important, I find, to live up to my own commitments. I don't always do it, but more often than not, I do. And then at the end of the day, I can look back and say, Sue, good job. You did this and this and this and this. And they were all things that were important to me. It wasn't just busy work, it was things that were important. So and in any given moment, it's whatever you place a value on. So you're hungry, well, you place a good deal of value on figuring out what to eat and then preparing it so that you can take that hunger away. Well, that's what you value in that moment. So what I really want to encourage you today to do is to look at what is it that's distracting you. So we have multiple communication devices. We have multiple ways of connecting with people, from email to, well, not many people seem to make actual phone calls these days, but email and texting and all the social media stuff, distractions with video games and television 24/7. Can't sleep in the middle of the night? Well, turn on the TV because there's something on. When we first got our TV in 1954, I think there was one channel, and it signed off at 11 o'clock at night, and you were done. There was nothing else. And your favorite program came on once a week. And so you had to wait until the next episode, and 7 days had gone by. So it's a different world right now. And I mean, think about how often you might head to the mall to go shopping, even if you don't need to buy anything, but it's a distraction. It's, oh, well, it'll kill some time. It'll pass some time, and then my day won't seem so boring or long or bleak or whatever. I suggest there's a better way that you could use your time, a way that gives you some contentment, some peace, some joy, some excitement, some measure of satisfaction. There's a myriad of things depending on what you value. So that's what I want to talk about for Magnificent Mondays today, is to focus on what you value. And then as you set your day up, make a plan to actually accomplish some of those things that you really value. And try it for a week and see what happens. See if at the end of the week you don't feel as if you've uncovered or embraced more of your magnificence, and as if you have become just that much closer to your sense of your own heaven on earth. That's my challenge for you this week. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you next week.